Breaking news. The Philippines strikes a massive gas reserve near disputed waters, setting the stage for a tense standoff with China. On the deck of the BRP, Andres Bonifacio, Filipino sailors scan the horizon, alert and ready. Chinese Coast Guard vessels loom in the distance, silent and watchful. Beneath these contested waves lies a newly discovered gas field, a potential multi-billion-dollar lifeline for the Philippines. This find could power the nation for decades, but it sits in one of the world's most volatile maritime zones. The South China Sea, or West Philippine Sea, is a flashpoint where every resource is fiercely contested. For the Philippines, this is a shot at energy independence and national pride. For China, it's a direct challenge to its sweeping claims under the 9-dash line. The Filipino crew stands firm, defending not just a gas field, but the nation's right to its own future. The world is watching as these sailors hold the line between hope and conflict. The hum of engines is a steady growl of defiance. This isn't just about energy, it's about sovereignty. The question, will this gas find fuel a nation's dream or ignite a regional crisis? The calm sea hides a storm of ambition and risk. Every move here could tip the balance between prosperity and peril. The Philippines faces a defining moment. The stakes: energy, sovereignty, and the future of a nation. The world holds its breath. To grasp the impact of this new discovery, you need to know Malampaya. For over 20 years, Malampaya has powered up to 20% of the Philippines' electricity. It's been the backbone of the nation's energy grid, providing stability and saving billions in import costs. But Malampaya is running dry, and the threat of blackouts and soaring bills looms. Without a replacement, the country faces a return to expensive, dirty imports and economic vulnerability. The search for a new domestic energy source became urgent, a race against time. The depletion of Malampaya cast a long shadow over the nation's future. This new gas find isn't just good news, it's transformative. It offers a chance to keep the lights on, stabilize the economy, and secure true energy independence. The nation's hopes now rest on this new lifeline beneath the sea. The stakes are higher than ever. The Philippines stands at a crossroads: energy security or renewed dependence. The outcome will shape the country's destiny for decades. The clock is ticking. The breakthrough came at Service Contract 72, Recto Bank. Long-eyed for its potential, but fraught with risk. Advanced seismic imaging revealed a massive untapped gas reservoir, echoing Malampaya's original promise. Drilling confirmed the find reserves as large as or larger than Malampaya. This is no minor boost, it's a full reset for the nation's energy future. The new field, dubbed Malampaya 2, could power the Philippines for another generation. It means stable, affordable electricity and renewed investor confidence. But it's also a bold assertion of Philippine rights in contested waters. By claiming and developing this resource, the Philippines is making a stand on the world stage. The gas is valuable, but the act of claiming it is a declaration of national will. The stakes are economic, strategic, and deeply symbolic. President Marcos Jr. has made this gas find a defining issue of his leadership. He fast-tracked exploration, knowing energy security is national security. Upon confirmation, he ordered the Navy and Coast Guard to secure the area, sending a clear message. In a national address, he vowed to defend Philippine rights using all diplomatic and legal means. Behind the scenes, his team is rallying international support, framing the issue as a test of the rules-based order. Marcos is leveraging alliances, especially with the US, to deter Chinese interference. His strategy: assertive transparency, public patrols, international observers, constant diplomacy. He's making it costly for China to escalate. It's a high-stakes balancing act, deterrence without provocation. The president is drawing a line in the sea, betting on unity, law, and alliances to protect the nation's future. China's claim to the South China Sea is sweeping and uncompromising. The 9-dash line covers nearly the entire region, including the Recto Bank. For Beijing, this isn't just about gas, it's about resources, trade, and power. China dismisses the Hague ruling and labels Philippine activities illegal provocations. Their response: stern warnings, increased patrols, and relentless gray zone tactics. Massive Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels swarm the area, blocking and harassing Filipino ships. The goal: exhaust Philippine resolve and prevent development of the new field. If the Philippines succeeds, it sets a precedent for others, something China cannot accept. The standoff is a test of will, with the world's busiest sea lane as the prize. Picture a Filipino fisherman, Ramon, casting nets where his family has fished for generations. Now, he faces Chinese ships that dwarf his boat, creating an atmosphere of intimidation. Survey ships are blocked, Filipino vessels are harassed with water cannons, and radio warnings blare. The Philippine response: restraint and documentation, every incident filmed and reported. This evidence fuels diplomatic efforts to expose China's aggression. On the water, it's a daily test of nerves. One wrong move could spark disaster. Filipino sailors and fishermen are on the front lines, holding the peace through courage and discipline. The risk of miscalculation is ever present. A single collision or misunderstood maneuver could escalate into open conflict. These men and women aren't just protecting gas, they're defending national dignity. Their vigilance is the buffer between peace and crisis. The world watches, hoping restraint prevails. This standoff is about more than energy. It's about the Philippines' very identity as a sovereign nation. International law grants the Philippines exclusive rights to resources within its EEZ, including Recto Bank. To back down would be to surrender to force over law. Every Filipino barred from these waters is a blow to sovereignty. Failure to secure the gas field would embolden China and set a dangerous precedent for the region. The Philippines' fight is a test case for all Southeast Asian nations facing similar threats. The outcome will echo for generations. Will the Philippines stand up for its rights or yield to a more powerful neighbor? The answer will define the nation's future. The gas is the prize, but sovereignty is the real game. Imagine 2030. Malampaya is dry, and the new field remains undeveloped, blocked by China. Power plants sit idle or burn costly imported fuel. Electricity bills soar, blackouts are common, and economic growth stalls. Billions are spent on imports, draining funds from vital services. Investors flee, poverty rises, and national pride suffers. The West Philippine Sea becomes a Chinese lake. Filipino fishermen are shut out. The Navy and Coast Guard are pushed back to coastal waters. Sovereignty becomes an empty word. This is the cost of losing control. A future of dependency and diminished hope. The stakes could not be higher. This is more than a geopolitical contest. It's a defining test for the Philippines. The new gas field is a chance to reclaim the nation's narrative and secure its future. President Marcos's strategy, firm resolve, active diplomacy, and transparency, is the only path forward. International allies must back words with action to uphold the rules-based order. The road ahead is perilous, but the Filipino spirit, resilient and united, remains the nation's greatest resource. The outcome will shape the next generation. Will the Philippines secure its destiny or have it dictated by others? The lights of Manila, the jobs in factories, and national pride all hinge on this moment. The world is watching to see if the Philippines can turn this crisis into a new era of strength. The line is drawn. The future is at stake. The Filipino spirit will decide.